This one is from 6-5. It's example 2, the try it, and I think I fixed my pen so things will look better now. We're trying to figure out what is 0.8% of 35. First of all, remember when you see a percent sign, it's telling you how many parts of 100. So 0.8% means you have 0.8 parts out of 100 parts. You have less than 1 part. So when you turn this into a decimal, if you were to use your calculator and you were to do 0.8 divided by 100, 0.8 divided by 100. Notice your answer is 0.008. So when you want to actually use the number and you don't want it to look like a fraction, then you have to divide it by 100 to figure out what number that is that you're going to be using. That's really important. So 0.8 divided by 100 is 0.008. Kind of like if we were looking for 30% of something. 30% means you have 30 parts out of 100, and 30 divided by 100 is 0.3 or 0.30. Basically, when you're trying to get rid of that percent sign, you are always taking wherever the decimal is and moving it 2 places to the left. So the number 30%, 30% is 30 and then the decimal. So to get rid of the percent sign, we move the decimal 2 places to the left. Did I say right earlier? I meant left. And then we get rid of the percentage sign. And that's where 0.30 comes from. So over here, 0.8%, if you want to get rid of that percent sign, you take the decimal, move it 2 places to the left, which means we're going to have to put in some zeros here to fill it up, and the percent has gone away, so it's 0.008. Okay, so the word of, also we've talked about before, that means you're going to be multiplying. P-L-Y. Let's pretend I spelled this correctly. All right, so 0.008 times 35. So I grab my calculator. Ba-doop-ba-doo. Boop. Come on, turn on. 0.08 times, oops, nope. 0.008 times 35 is this number, 0.0224. 0.0224. So remember, it's less than 1%. If it was yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. So that's the answer to that question. And I think we're under 5 minutes, so maybe I'll try to do the next question on here as well. Example 3 is a little bit different because they're asking you to find the percent. So the word of means times. The word is means equals. So what percent of 120 is 72 is what we're trying to figure out. So I'm going to get rid of this x here to mean times because we want to use some variables. So maybe I'll say what percent of 120 is 72. And the percentage, I don't like using the percent symbol like that, so I think instead I'm going to say for percent, I'm going to use the letter P. So what percent of 120 is 72? So the way that they're showing you to solve this is perplexing to me because I don't know that we've really discussed how to do this in class, but here's the deal. This says 120 times P. Well, if you want the letter P to be alone, you have to do the opposite of multiply it by 120. And the opposite of multiplying is dividing. The opposite of multiplying by 120 is dividing by 120. And the rules say that whatever you do to one side, you also have to do to the other. So when we're all done here, we find out that percent is whatever 72 divided by 120 is. 72 divided by 120 is 0.6. 0.6. That's as a decimal, so we're going to turn that now into an actual percentage. So 0.6 is some percent over 100. You take the decimal, you move it 2 places to the right, so we would end up getting 60 out of 100. So 72 is 60% of 120. Again, I'm a little perplexed about the way they're showing you how to do this. I don't know why I just did that. I meant to do this. So I would say, if I was going to do this, remember percents are over 100. The whole amount in this case is 120. So those are both going to go in the denominator. I'm looking for the percent. And I know that the number is out of 120 that I'm focused on here is 72. So the idea is I want to do something to the 72 to get this x. So I have to figure out what to do to the 120 to make it 100. So
The dragon is really big.
It is really big. The dragon is really big. I think he's watching Minecraft. Is there a dragon in Minecraft? Anyway, so if you want to know what to do to 120 to get it to become 100 using multiplication and division, if you want to know what to multiply 120 by, the idea is you're supposed to divide in reverse. Divide in reverse. He's having a good time. So I'm going to do 100 divided by 120. 100 divided by 120 is 0.83 repeating. Yeah, I don't want you to do it this way. Never mind. I'm taking you down a 7th grade lesson right now, so we're not going to do that. Do it this way. This is the way they showed you how to do it in the example originally, so keep it that way and let me know if you need more help.